Thank you very much. I am delighted to be here with all of you this evening to share my personal journey, my life in dance, and my respect for the art. For the next few minutes, I would like to pose these questions to everyone in the audience. What do the words dance, music, and art mean to you? Can you imagine life without dance, music, and the arts? Although words are powerful and the hunger for knowledge is absolutely necessary, our sense of emotion is definitely stronger and can be transported with the art as its vehicle. Think of times when you were moved instantly by a piece of music. And thank you so much, Dawn, for that amazing performance just now. When certain movements evoke your imagination, and when one piece, be it the art or the artist, when viewed by an array of different people, can remain originally interpreted and only through opinions. The arts challenges and inspires, where the only fact is one should never live without it. How privileged I feel to express through my art. My life as a ballerina spanned over the course of more than 20 years and on several continents. I often live many lives during the same week, and it is not out of the ordinary that I jump from one century into another with a little 20-minute intermission in between. In 1977, my family uprooted from communist China and immigrated to Canada. I was an 8-year-old, shy Chinese girl who did not speak a word of English. I had never seen blonde hair, nor had I tasted cheese, which is still an acquired taste. Everything around me was new except ballet. And as Sam just graciously introduced, my parents were both principal dancers with the National Ballet of China, and I've been exposed to the magnificence of live performance ever since I can remember. As a little girl, I would watch rehearsals and always loved to try on my mom's beautiful satin point shoes. I loved dance, and the access to performances as well as the artists only fueled my passion. Now in Canada, we were a young immigrant family facing all the struggles for basic necessities. My parents, full of integrity and dedicated work ethics, wanted to continue to be artists and to contribute to the cultural well-being of our new home. This was definitely not easy, Asians imparting knowledge of a Western art form. For me, they wanted to introduce so many things. They saved their money to enroll me in various after-school activities, and only once a week did I get to take ballet class. In time, I convinced them to allow me to do more ballet classes, but I had to promise that my academic grades would always be kept up. At a very young age, I was made aware of the importance of education because dance is such a short-lived career, and should a bad injury occur, all future prospects would be non-existent. I also became aware of my own physical challenges, my non-flexibility, my poor turnout, my lack of coordination, my etc., which I needed to work on. But I was determined. I was determined to prove to anybody that had an ounce of doubt in me that they were wrong, and in my naivety, it manifested itself to believe that if I work hard enough, I will get it. So upon my grade 12 graduation, remembering my academics on one hand and the short career on the other, I accepted the invitation to join the National Ballet of Canada as a member of their corps de ballet. Even upon entry, I knew I had bigger dreams to realize. My dream was to be the Swan Queen and not just one of the swans. So, if I work hard enough, I will get it. Now, amongst other professional dancers in the largest ballet company in Canada, and coming into my own a little bit, I craved for the opportunities that would foster my talent. talent. So hard work was only one part of the formula, if there's ever a formula. My awareness grew to embrace only the God-given talent which I was born with, and to remember the irrepressible voice of a little girl who couldn't help but personify the music while in her mom's satin slippers. I was ready to be tested at the scene. And through a multitude of roles and choreography from this vast repertoire, I realized it wasn't about being Han Goh on stage. It was about bringing to life the character from the story and the steps that depicted the essence of a choreographer's vision. At age 24, I became the youngest principal dancer and the first of Chinese heritage in the company's history. I was living my dream and dancing in some of the most distinguished opera houses in the world, constantly wanting to push for a greater level of excellence. I think back, and one of my idols and mentors, Suzanne Farrell, a muse of the great George Balanchine, said to me while rehearsing at the Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, "The act of trying already makes you better." So I kept trying, and eventually achieving. I'm forever grateful to the people who discovered my talent and expanded my artistic comprehension so that I may speak through steps and movement on an emotional level. I suppose one of the hardest decisions that a performer has to make is knowing when to stop performing. From my own perspective, my respect for the art form is far superior to personal indulgence. I wanted to say farewell to my life's work on stage at, I believe, the height of my career. It was at this point when I finally thought, I think I know what this is, and I wanted to leave that presence of me with the audience and fans that have encouraged me along the way. It was incredibly difficult because dance was not just a job to me. Dance was not only my livelihood, it was my life. Just at that time of preparing for my final performance of Giselle, I was comforted by a longtime friend and now director of the National Ballet, Karen Kane. In her experienced and assuring voice, she said, "Chan, you will never stop being an artist. It is who you are." Powerful words and a reiteration to me. I was touched by the outpour of affection from everyone, and this will always remain in my heart. Coming almost at the same time of deciding to retire is the question, what do I do next? What will I do? What can I do? I decided to come home to Vancouver. I had been away for 21 years. I wanted to help younger generation of dancers find their way to developing their fullest potential. I wanted to impart my vision in performance productions, and it was important that I do this here in the city where it all started, and in a place founded by my parents 34 years ago, the Go Ballet. The past 2 years have been a bit of a whirlwind for me, from teaching to coaching to mounting productions such as our annual favorite, the Nutcracker, to developing new curriculums in our training programs. Never a day goes by without me adding to my to-do list and several other lists and numbers that are a part of my norm now. My artistic outlets have expanded, but my vehicle for expression is still through the arts, only now they are through the performance and achievements of the dancers that I work with. I believe Vancouver has the full potential of becoming a center for dance, and I know that talents exist here. As an artist and a parent, it is all the more important for me to give back to the community through the gift of dance and to continue to cultivate the cultural landscape of this beautiful city, to make art accessible to schools and through various outlets so that we may nurture the next Baryshnikov. I ask you to please make room for the arts to be a part of your everyday. It will keep you young. I'm grateful to Sam for having me here tonight, and I'd like to leave you all with a little ballet. Please join me in welcoming to the stage 16-year-old Yoshiko Kamikusa, who brought home the first gold medal for Canada last year from Berlin's Tanz Olymp. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and please enjoy.